Oh
Hmm.
my god. Sorry guys. I'm gonna have to go through. Hang on. Fucking Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Hang on.
Pardon, y'all just having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. Very.
Mm. Can anybody else see Wally?
Give me a minute. What's that, bud?
Oh, I was just asking anybody else if they could see you.
Oh, may have to run it without the. So sorry, everybody, about the technical difficulties having and everything else. Hopefully, everybody's having a good night. Everybody's buttoned down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my screen's all. I don't know, man. I'll be back, guys. I might have to restart this and Johnny, we'll have to restart the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Sounds good.
well, hang on a minute. Let's see if there's something I can do here. Just trying something different. Fucking thing. Being dumb.
No, that's
There
better.
we go. Now can you guys see me?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully. So everybody else can see me. Hoss, sorry, Modog, you got me guys? Sorry about all the difficulty and everything else. Welcome to another edition of Cold Blooded Conversations. I know Mother Nature is getting ready to be a bitch to a lot of people, especially out west, and heading our way this weekend. But bear with me. Like I said, I was having a little bit of technical difficulty and stuff. So thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
oh, hi Jersey, good seeing you guys. Thank you guys, I appreciate it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, just had a little hiccup. Tonight, Johnny, believe it or not, one of the topics I want to talk about, TPR actually brought it up on your live stream earlier tonight.
Oh,
He's actually, yeah, it gave me the idea to kind of throw out a little bit of information on it, and because it's a unique animal. Um,
yeah.
he actually brought up about the platypus, so
Yeah.
which is crazy because it actually covers the reptile, kind of covers the reptile side. It is an mammal. Um, it covers our it does have it can be venomous. So
Yeah.
no, it's my lighting mode, dog. Sorry about that, dude. I can fix that real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Now it ain't so bad. I know, Mo Dog. I know, but it was starting to irritate me, and I forgot to change the light around for it. Sorry, guys. No, Yeah,
Great.
I was catching, like I said earlier on your other stream, me while you were
Yeah.
away. Um, Me and him were talking about it and stuff, and how cool it is. And he brought up a good point. They are one of the very few animals that are actually not in captivity. Only
Yeah.
certain zoos actually have them. So I mean, the and what's cool is we've talked about them before and everything, well, the country and stuff before. They are native
Yeah.
to Australia, so I mean that's why they're one of the kind of rare deals. But no, I just
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
shoot about them being unique. They're semi-aquatics. They're one of the only few, I think the only mammal that lays eggs,
Yep.
and they also they have a poison slash venom ordeal on their skins and stuff. So yeah, I figured tonight when TPR brought that up, I was like, man, there's something good to start the
Oh yeah.
ordeal off with.
Mm.
But it is, but it's one of those ones, Jersey, that it's kind of like out of our reach for some of us to travel to, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
even though there is, even though there is some people over there that wouldn't want to be around. So, but yeah,
Right.
no. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, we were talking about that one night on your stream, back to the
Yeah.
morphs and stuff, and how far
Yeah.
along that's come out everything. So it's crazy the different, like I was showing you with the morphs. It originally started in the ball python snakes that people keep as reptile keepers and stuff. Well, me and been sending some stuff back and forth with Johnny on information on this.
Mhm.
Started in that gene with the ball pythons. It's gone to the corn snakes and rat snakes, which the corn snakes are part of. But it's also spread to the leopard geckos. Yeah, we could talk about Howard the Duck. Yeah, that's a unique thing. But no, we'll get back to that. Yeah, the with the platypus, they're one of the most unique animals. Sorry, I'm jumping around because it's
Oh,
kind of pissy. Um, but yeah, platypuses are actually one of the most unique animals on the planet because
oh,
it's got similarities of um, it's basically a beaver and duck put together. The only difference is it lays eggs. So yeah, so just we know the koala bears have that. So and it's been actually proven. Just saying, their
oh yeah.
bites you can get it from them.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but yeah, but just the uniqueness of the platypus and stuff is amazing. Um, Trock brought up a good point too. In a way, believe it or not, a lot of cartoons and stuff they've got to mimic platypuses are used as one of the main characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Venus and Ferb.
Yep.
Look at them. Their main character. They're one of the main ones, like side characters, was
Mm.
the platypus in there. He's a special agent and shit. But no,
It,
they're just unique to themselves to the animal kingdom. So it makes it interesting to see.
it gets more people's attention on what the heck actually is that animal. Whereas we never used to ask that question a lot. There never used to be too much attention towards it. We just vaguely heard about them, and that was it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're one of those. Well, because they're not seen very often in the wild. I
Yeah.
mean, there
I
is,
know.
like I said, there's very few zoos or anything that actually has them.
Yeah.
So makes them very unique.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Um, but yeah, that's what I have with my shitty attitude. Sorry, everybody, because what was going on. That's that on that. Now we'll get into. I wanted to get into a little more in depth of the way, actually, with Mother Nature, the way she is with the animal kingdom. on the coloration changes, everything else. Once again, most of it started in the pet trade, especially on the reptile side of things. I know in the wild, of course, there's that rarity of the albinos and deer and different
Sure.
animals and everything. Um, but most common for the changes in the Morse colorations, basically, besides chameleons, and not all chameleons do change whatever they're on. Like people say, they won't get the certain color or anything else. But no, that started in the ball python breeding game. People started out with what they call basically a normal gene,
Mhm.
and then there was discovered, which the ball pythons originated from Central Africa, that were transported over here into the pet trade and everything else. And it's between it and the corn snakes and bearded dragons and leopard geckos are the four biggest um, pet trade animals in the reptile community
Yes.
that started it all. I mean, it's a big thing. Johnny knows it, especially the leopard geckos.
Yeah. It.
But yeah, they started out. Now they got morphs. I mean, it's insane. There's a they they start out as normals, basically your typical brown black.
Mm.
Oh
Selective
yeah,
breeding. You pinpoint genes.
yep. Yeah, imagine being stabbed by. But yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
But no, they started out. Uh, few people, breeders and stuff,
Mhm.
figured out how to change and do make different colorations of snakes and everything else. And over the shit years and years of doing it. See here.
They would pinpoint genes and just keep expressing those genes as much as they could breed them.
Right. Well, and that's true. I never knew that about those. Huh. Mo dog. Probably. But no, I mean the snake sides come a long way. I've had them where I've actually got three of them that are normals that I've actually shared here on the show, and now they're progressing to. I don't know if everybody can see. Oop, here, I'll have to do this real quick. Give me a second. Now they're progressing to where animals, the snake kingdom, they're starting to look like this. They're starting to become
Yep.
what they call piegs and everything else. So, dude, Mo Dog, I wish I had one because that'd be cool as hell to have one. Me and TPR over on Johnny's thing were talking how cool to be the talk of the
Yeah.
town to actually have one. But no, they're actually illegal and illegal to keep in captivity, unfortunately. So, oh, and anybody's wondering, the cat's still up on the cupboard back there, as you guys can see, as a lot of people say. And no, that's my knife, the wife's knife selection to slit my throat with when I get out of hand. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
but no, yeah, there. But no, back to the Morse genes and stuff. They've come a long way to that stuff, and people are making money. Yeah, you're right, Modog. Yep, nosy. But no, they have come a long way. There's a lot of the guys I follow. They've come a long way from your basic, what they call run of the mill
Yeah.
run of the mill snakes and everything else. Oh, truck, they got they're not only that, they've also got the sensors and everything they're on their webbed feet and stuff at the tips. They've got them too besides their bill. And they've got that protective lens with swimming underwater. They basically swim underwater when they're feeding, when they're blind and everything else. So, you know, speaking of that, here, everybody.
Huh.
It's one of your It's one of your favorite things, Johnny. So,
Hell yeah.
everybody say hi to Leah the leopard, my little
Oh my
gecko.
goodness.
Remember, I showed you him the other night.
Hell yeah. Can't get over the patterns, man. He's got some crazy ones.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
but
Calm
but yeah,
demeanor
that's
too.
the him. Oh yeah, very calm.
Right on.
Oh, that was one part of them for that. But yeah, the snakes and stuff they come. Like I said, they've come a long way. I mean, the one I just showed you guys, it's actually a $50,000 snake that people will actually pay the money for just because of the genes and everything inside of it. Because it's multiple. It's like a six to eight gene snake that they have.
Mm.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Actually, it actually has piebald, monsoon, and ultramel, and it's got pastel in it to create the coloration and patterns on the ball pythons and everything else. Then you got there's so many different genes of the ball pythons that you can go through, and the more combinations you add in. Thanks, Mo Dog. You in Jersey, I appreciate you guys once again. Love you guys. I'll see you guys Saturday night on the show. So I'll talk to you guys later on.
Oh,
Have a good evening and be safe out there with this weather coming. So yeah, there's so many different genes in the ball python game now that thank you, Jersey. You and Modog have great nights too. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again, once again, like I said, for popping in. I appreciate you. Next
hell
time
yeah.
Modog
Guess
will
what
be
they're
more
doing.
prepared. So
Hell yeah.
but yeah. But yeah, they've come a long way from normal. Then there was a special gene. Then there's a pastel gene.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then of course the piebald. Now they're
Yeah.
actually starting.
Look.
Oh, dude, Trockets, dude, they are. It is the with the snakes, man. Especially depending if it's the ball pythons. How even in the berms and retics now for snake white.
Mm.
Yeah, people are paying. They pay big dollars for them. They really do. You can make right now since COVID. It's and that side of it, the sales and stuff, because so many people's got into the breeding of ball pythons. It's kind of saturated everything.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I follow some. Yeah, I've seen the mixes of the bulldogs and pits. Man, they are cool. They got especially the build of them, how short and stocky they are, and everything else. They're pretty badass. But no, but yeah, there's so many different things out there you can do with this stuff. It's just over time. It takes time.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
and in the snake game, like me and Johnny were talking one night, we just brought it up on one of his show. We were talking about it and stuff because I was showing him the different things. Just to see like what prices are these animals are.
Yeah.
Um, there's an app actually out there, or you can go online, It's called Morph Market. It's actually all the reputable breeders that are part of the reptile community and everything else. It shows you the different types of snakes. You name it, it pretty much has almost everything listed that you could possibly buy. Plus, there's
Oh,
people from over in Europe that you can follow and see their collections that they're selling.
Europe has some
There's
cool stuff.
62 different. Oh, I was gonna say you've been checking it out. There's over 62 different categories of your reptiles, fish, spiders, lizards. I mean, it's got it all. And there's
It
even
does.
on there the where you can buy your housing and stuff for them. So
Oh yeah.
actually, believe it or not, man, you'd be cool. It's just one of those deals. They're actually pretty chill animals. Especially the ball python. They can be kind of you're one of those ones that hates snakes and Snyder. Okay,
I don't blame it.
that's all good. But hey, it was cool though that you can at least say you got to go in the room and
Yeah.
looking at them, everything else. That's I give you mad kudos. At least you're not one of those ones
Hmm.
that um didn't even bother to go in the room and just said hell no. You actually went in there and looked and seen them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't hold them or nothing, but you were willing to, unlike most people, do that. So I mean, it's cool that you did that. And there is people
Mm.
that do fear them. We have been there before. We've talked to this before. Legitimate reasons, just because it's their cells. Not so much the snake. They won't. With snakes, it's not so much that we got to worry about. It's like your monitor lizards, any lizard type, like iguanas, anything like that. Definitely dogs. Dogs and cats sense your fear. With ball pythons, reed ticks, um, berms, they don't
Yeah.
so much sense the fear. They're not gonna just bite you because you're scared of them. It's not like that. The only time they ever do something like that, it's a defense mechanism or they're hungry. I
Feeding
know
response.
people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and majority of the time when it happens, it's when you do get bit or whatever is because A, you smell like their food. B, you startled them because you got them out of their enclosure and they felt like they were being attacked. Which I've gotten bit just for getting them out because I disturbed them. But other than that, I can get mine out all day long. Give me 1 second here, Johnny. Take over for a minute and talk about your leopard geckos.
See, I actually kind of had that issue with a couple of mine. There was a male that I had, and big, good size. But he had one fucking problem that you'd try to hold him, and out of nowhere he would just get irritable, start snapping at your fingers, and put him back, and then he'd calm down. Now, the female I had was docile all day long. You could get her out. You could watch her climb over
Oh,
your hand.
did I
Hell,
join on the couch now? Oh, your phone's charged, didn't it?
she even perched on my shoulder,
Oh,
man. She'd sit
imagine.
like sit on my
Oh,
shoulder and
good.
stuff, climb around my clothes. She was awesome. But the male, no,
I'm
that
not
male was
mad. You
very
need to say
irritable.
something. Instead of waiting last goddamn. Sorry.
No worries.
You're all wormy warm. Sorry, baby. There we go. There's one. Here we go. There's one of my ball pythons. Hi, Bubba.
Nice.
Uh, This is my boy Colossus here, guys. Um,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's saying hi.
Oh yeah, what up, dude?
There.
Love the
That's a
curiousness. He just got right up in the camera.
Oh yeah, he's very handleable, and he's called a special. His gene's called special because it's a lighter color and darker black than the normal ball pythons. So
Nice.
yeah, and they do have heat pits. Pretty much dispense everything, but I mean, as you guys can see, very handleable.
Oh, very much so. Wow.
Oh yeah, but yeah, this is one of mine. The other ones are chilling. I just figured he's the easiest to get to, and I'd get him out and show everybody. So,
Dude, he's big too. He's got good size to him.
oh yeah, he's a decent sized boy. I mean, he don't fit all the way in the camera and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
he's one of my more curious ones. He likes to move around when he's out. So
See, I like seeing that.
Troxler run. Nah, he's this is my thing. Nice thing is that it keeps people away from my house that I don't want at my house because they don't like them.
Yeah, I
So,
don't blame that. Yeah.
but yeah, and the kids are get involved with them and stuff too. So I mean, it's nice on that
Yeah,
aspect.
for
But yeah,
sure.
as you see, nice pretty white belly scales and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it they're very interesting animals. They're pretty chill for the most part. I mean, like I said, unless it's a feeding response, as you can see, he's just
Right.
now. I got one. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. They're relaxed. Yeah, I'm a little still. I'm kind of still shaking because I was pissed truck about it. But this just shows you right here that it does not sense that like dogs would, like they
Right, dude, he's
buffalo
just
you.
chilling.
Hmm. Oh yeah, he does. Yep.
Yeah, man.
He just hangs out. They don't. He just relaxes and everything else. He just crawls all over. So I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But yep. Then of course I showed you before the big one, Johnny, that I have. I'm not messing with her right now. She's kind of it's feeding, getting close to feeding time for him. So she's a little more.
Oh.
She's a little pistol when it comes that time. She gets a little more defensive in her howling.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I can take them all except the little one I have. I can do this right here. So he does it. They do this all day long. Get them out. They hang out with you. So, but it's neat. This is actually the one that took me the longest. One of the four to, as much as I hate to admit it, we had to feed them live at one time,
Ah.
and now I've got them converted over to the frozen thawed, which I put in warm water, let it get room temperature and stuff, and feed him. But yeah, unfortunately, there when I first got him, he was strictly live. He had to be and stuff live. Um,
Interesting.
I did have one incident where we had one. He went on a hunger strike when I first got
Oh,
him. He did get scratched, so I had to take care of that. Kept him on paper towels and shit. But other than that, once I got him over to frozen thawed, they eat right off the tongs. So I got like little forceps and stuff they use.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, they can feel a lot of stuff. They're pretty chill, but these ones aren't so bad. They more sense off their Jacob's organ, which is their tongue. It's on the tip of their tongue. Now, like you get into the bigger snakes, the Burmese, and the retics, they actually use their heat pits to hunt with, and they can see. So
Yup.
yes, they actually do. They will. That is exactly right. In the wild, they do that. They will do, especially the ball pythons. They do keep them curled up. They looks like a, beehive the way they wrap around them. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's pretty cool to see. Not anymore. It they do because they have to expand the way their body is. Yes, you're correct. It's not so much regrow them. It's just they learn how to per se take the space with their stomach. They move that stuff to the side. It's pretty interesting. And then yes, and then when it's digested, they do go back to size. I mean, you can
Oh, for
tell
sure.
when they eat and stuff. You can see it's like a giant lump in them. But yeah, that's my boy. He's but yeah, they start out like this with the genes. I mean, this was one of the other ones that they found. They've also, believe it or not, here recently they've actually found the piebald, the brown and white split off and everything from their coloration. They have now been reported found in the wild out in Africa. It's actually starting.
Oh,
Cats are another whole subject with me. Sorry. There's good house cats, and then there's, especially if
sure.
it's the people. People's what makes and break them. Um, I actually follow a few people that have house cats that do breed these and other reptiles. They're separate rooms. They're not allowed in the same room. So, but my dogs usually when I have these out, they run and hide. They're not big. Um, but yeah, they're pretty chill. But it's amazing you can take something that looks like this, basically your brown, tan, white, and everything else. It's to the like that bright colors I was showing you earlier. I mean, there's so many different things now that you can do with these, and now they've got it too, where you can find out what the genes are now in your animals by sending it in just with shed test. Because it's almost like our nails and stuff too that they're the skin they shed. Um, and when you do find, say, you were to find a snake skin shed, it is actually stretched out further than the actual size of the snake because they get like a moisture film underneath their skin when they go to shed it to shed the old skin off. I mean, I've got some snake sheds from my snakes. You'd swear it was 6, 7 foot long snake, but just because him, for instance, he's he's easy for about a 4 foot. But it's almost fuck. It was almost 6 foot shed when he shedded not too long ago from tip of his head to his tail, all because of the expansion from it. And
Good.
as you can see, he ain't no 6 foot because I'm 5'11" and he's not longer than me.
That that makes me think, Wally brother, about the times that let's say people have found a snake shed like that out in the wild, and then they try to estimate the size of it.
Oh, you see that all the time with the like you said when we talked about the anaconda. But of course, you're not gonna find most of the time they shed that in the water. So, but
Right.
like your Burmese and your retics in the wild. Oh yeah, or any other ones, even your venomous snakes. It's like, oh, I found this huge 7 foot shed of a say of a gaboon viper, even though they don't get no bigger than like 5 foot because it stretches out. So
Right.
it makes it seem bigger than what it actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of my other hobbies besides my motorsports hobby. But I keep these as pets. I eventually would like to breed them um, down the road before, but I'm gonna if I do that, I want to get into the high end stuff.
I
But
don't
for
blame
now,
you.
they're my hit me with it. Compare pythons, boas, and anacondas. The cool thing
Nice.
about anacondas and boas compared to pythons is both of those reptile snakes give live birth. Boas
Yes.
give live birth, so they're actually called litters. So, and
Yep.
there's various colors
Oh.
now and stuff with them. So, hey, what's
Of
up,
the
Tiger
anaconda?
Porter? Yeah, there's actually albino anacondas now. Somebody's been able to breed them
Uh,
to where they're albino.
I was just seeing a list here, Wally. They almost have patterns out, just like the pythons do.
Yeah, now the ones that are in captivity now, yes, that's how far they've come. I mean, it's insane.
And it's beautiful.
Hmm. Yep, it is. I mean,
Ooh.
like I told you the other night, man, the game has come a long way all around, other than just in the ball python and leopard gecko game.
For
You know,
sure.
I was showing you the different Burmese. You have your albino. You've got a what's happening? Panda pie.
Oh.
Oh, a panda pie. Those things are freaking cool. I love them. It's a all black with the white breaking broke through it, Johnny. It's fucking awesome,
Oh.
and it's called a panda pie. It is freaking neat. There's a couple breeders that I follow that have them, but not many.
Interesting.
And the ones that breed them, they don't sell them very often. They keep them in their own personal collection because it doesn't happen that often.
Oh my
So
goodness. I'm seeing pictures of them now. That's beautiful.
yeah, they are gorgeous. Let my boy crawl around for a little bit. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's so cool that you can do. The only thing of it is when you do so many mores, you got to make sure you have a separate bloodline because there's so many inbreeding of the genes and everything else. Um, they can cause deformities and stuff.
Yeah.
He found his resting place, and he is tensed up a little bit because his backside's hanging down on my back here. So I can feel him. He's wrapping around the chair.
He just moved his tail right up towards you.
Hmm. Yeah, right. Say his body tail's right here. So with it being hanging down, he's. But yeah, other than that, I mean, he's chilling.
Oh
They're
yeah.
all one. They're all a giant skeleton with muscles.
Oh yeah.
So, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, man, it's there's so many cool things you can do.
Indeed.
There is actually aquatic pythons. Um, the olive python that's in Australia, and there is a water python in Australia. It lives in the water, by the water. Everything else. Pythons will swim like they have Burmese pythons, for example. Look at the Everglades with the outbreak they have of those. They they're main around the main water source. They are found swimming in
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Turok, you are right. They do, and pythons do lay eggs. Boas are the
For
only
sure.
snake species in the constrictor family, if I remember right, lay litters, which is live young. I mean, um, anacondas, they're the um,
Yes.
heaviest bodied constrictors. Yep. And there's certain
Mhm.
majority of them are pet friendly. It just
In the
depends
corner.
on how much you want to work with them and everything else. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, it just the time that you put into them. They're very friendly. The ones in the wild, not so much. They're more defensive and more flighty. They will bite you. But yeah, boas are cool. I think it's neat to see that they actually incubate everything else and give live birth,
Yeah,
like people and everything else, like mammals do. And they're the only, like I said, they're the only snake that in the constrictor family that does that stuff. So, and then of course the Burmese python is one of the longest snakes and heavy bodied. And then the reed tick, they're not a heavy body, but they are the longest snakes in the world. Is a
have,
reticulate python.
have
So
you heard of the scrub python?
yes,
They
that's
look
that
more
one.
kind of smaller.
That that's the one I was telling you. They say they like people think they lay on the ground,
No,
but they're actually arboreal. They'll climb in trees and stuff. Dude, they're
it,
freaking cool as hell.
it's showing right here. One's got itself nested all up in the tree branches.
Oh yeah, pythons are pythons are the most dominant, in my opinion, out in the wild.
Oh, for sure.
Species of constrictor snakes, just because there's more of them.
Yeah.
Out of the three between the boa, anaconda, and that, yes, those out of those three, yeah, the python does hands down. Now, pet trade wise, besides my ball pythons, I'd boa constrictors are my favorite, just because the patterns on them, the temperament of them for a big snake. Um, they can be very chill, but it's anything though. It's going to be a lot of handling. Takes time. Um,
Sure.
yeah, anaconda. Yeah, definitely a swamp monster. Well, and so is it the Burmese python. They are very much so. The Everglades is a prime example. They're the swamp monsters too down there.
For sure.
Diamondback rattlesnake is actually my dream reptile to own, but I'll never own one where I live, and with what not having the training I need. So they're and speaking of rattlesnakes, they're the only ones in Mother Nature that gives you a warning, basically a warning label before you get bit by one.
Huh. Yeah.
but but yeah, it's just cool how far everything has come, and it's all just started in the pet trade. Now, like I said earlier, they're starting to find stuff in the wild mimicking after over so long of a time. Um, the for the ball pythons, the piebald, basically this pattern where it's broke up with white spot originated in Africa where they're from.
Yeah.
They live in ant mounds and stuff, and believe it or not, they were smuggled into the states for the longest time before they became very popular in the trade. One of these snakes back in the early 70s and 80s, uh, they went for like 60 grand to have them smuggled into this country when they were illegal at the time.
I mean, just look at how exotic that snake looks. I mean, looks like
Oh
it would
yeah,
go for a high dollar.
oh yeah. But it's just one of those deals. It was, believe it or not, Brian Barczyk was in on that ordeal
Oh yeah.
when they used to import these and everything. They'd go out and collect them in the wild, and they were allowed to import them. He bought one. He paid $40,000 for a piebald to start the breeding project with it. It was
Oh
actually
shit.
caught. But these guys, they'll live in ant mounds out there, um, out in the wild in Africa and everything else. They're found in the huge mounds and everything. So, but yeah, that's my big boy. I'm gonna go ahead and put him back. Yeah, Johnny, go ahead and tell him about your leopard geckos that you know, man.
So when it came to those, there. I was surprised to find out just how many, let's say, patterns, morphs of those that existed as well. So I started off with some pretty basic ones myself, but then as I got more into it, and once again began to see much how the range of morphs there are. Um, Man, it's something that once you get the bug for, you begin looking. You're like, what are the latest patterns that they're finding? What do they look like? What is some of those recessive genes that were made to go into them? Um, I'm trying to see here. Mine, I believe, well, one of mine, I believe, was a definitely had some what's called tangerine with a fluorescent orange. Um, I'm also trying to find where because it had also like this periwinkle purple as well, and I'm trying to figure out what gene that comes from. Because one of mine had a lot of that on it, where the other one you can barely see any of that on it. But it was a very interesting shade of color, just this periwinkle purple. Let me see here. I'm trying to see.
Yes, they do. And some of them, yes, they can change colors. I was going to say,
Sure.
Johnny had some that were pretty cool looking. Um,
Oh yeah.
and there's so many different uh, different styles of geckos. I mean, all
Yes.
kinds. Leopards are the only ones I know of that don't like climb on walls, everything. But you got crested geckos, you got gargoyle geckos. They'll stick to the wall like Spider-Man and use the walls and stuff.
So that's the interesting part is though they do not climb, as far as the arboreal or semi-arboreal aspect of them, they got some pretty decent claws on them.
Oh yeah,
You can't really see them because they look tiny, but I mean I've had my male claw me up pretty good.
yeah. We actually had a crested gecko and a tokay that unfortunately passed away. The tokay, we don't know how old he really was before we got him. Yes, that and the other thing is, iguanas can do the same thing. I've had that
Yep.
happen with my iguana. With crested geckos, they do not regenerate their tails like leopard geckos do, though. They become frog butts, as they call them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they were they with geckos just in general, and geckos across the board. They're one of the other oldest besides your crocs and out your crocodilian species.
Sure.
They've been around for, like you said, ancient times.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Ooh.
What'd you find, Johnny?
I'm looking at the morphs and I'm scrolling through them. Uh, like you said, this shit could get me into trouble, man.
I told you, man,
Um,
when told you about that morph market and you downloaded that, you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
oh my goodness, I'm looking at one where it literally looks rainbow. It's got pastel blue on its stomach, pastel orange on its back, pink on its head. It just looks monochrome.
And Trout, that's right. Actually, pretty much all reptiles are that way. It's all in one shot when they go to the bathroom. There's not like
Yep.
us where we go two different times or all at
Yep.
once. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mother Nature is cool with the reptile stuff. And just actually animals in general.
Mm, one of the most interesting things I found is that with the female I had, you could instantly tell like when it was that time of season because you could literally see if you lifted her up and showed her belly, you could see where the separate spots of the eggs were.
Yeah, it's pretty. And that's the thing with the ball pythons and stuff. You can see just the way they're laying, you don't want to disturb them because of stuff. And animals do reabsorb eggs. Sometimes it can be a good thing. Sometimes it can be a bad thing.
So that is one thing that I really took care of is I wouldn't check it very often, only when it was once again that time of season. And when I found out, just a simple, incline back, nothing major, and you could easily see they would just become transparent in their stomach. After that, I let her do her thing. She'd lay her eggs. Well, that mailman, he got territorial during that time of year. You just couldn't go fucking
Oh,
near him.
well, that's like my iguana. You can tell when it's that time of the year because he's a dick.
Holy shit, dude. And you could barely get her out of the cage because he would just lunge right in front of her.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's why they tell you to try to keep it where you got enough to separate them. So
Yes. Oh
geckos,
yeah.
yeah, very much so. Geckos are proof of evolution. Was experimenting on a low difficulty mode. Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
bearded
right?
drag, bearded dragon, same way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool with them. I mean, you can get them in different morphs, and they started out over in Central and Northern Australia. A lot of our animals and our pet trades come from Africa and Australia when shit was getting imported over here. People were selling them on the black market and stuff. And now they've got it where you can't do none of that. That's like Australia, so they don't have to deal with invasive species and everything else. If you want to get into the reptile trade there, you have to keep the country's native species. It can't
Yeah.
be nothing different. So you
Mm,
get.
hmm?
Oh, I was just reading one of the comparisons here. Troc 76 is thrown out. Go ahead, Johnny. What you were going to say? We'll answer this here in a
Mm.
second, bud.
All I was gonna say is you have goods and bads of every passion, right? And with this, it has gotten to where the bads have made it to where things are a lot more constricted as far as getting an indigenous species.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that's what happened. But the thing of it is that the black market's so ridiculous, especially over in the foreign countries. I mean, um, since we're going to talk about that real quick, and then we'll get into Troc's comparison here. They over in Thailand and then in Indonesia, they sell cobras and stuff on the black market. One of the guys, Chandler, that I followed, he ended up buying 65 wild king cobras, natural king cobras, and returned them out in the wild from the black market because people take them and do like they do here at the rattlesnake roundups with them. So, and then that whole snake charming bullshit you see, that is all hocus
Mhm.
pocus. Is it's based off of movements of the natural habit of the cobra standing up, and they just use it. And most of those cobras they use have been defanged. They literally take their venom glands and their fangs out of them just so they can do that shit.
All for
Um,
show, man.
hmm But now to get that to compare geckos, chameleons, I know what's going on. Uh, chameleons, skinks. Um, me
Go ahead and
personally,
do
for pet wise, give me any breed of skinks or any breed of gecko.
yeah.
Chameleons, their their upkeep and everything else, and their longevity of life in captivity is not very long compared to the other two. But chameleons are very beautiful animals. I love them, but it's just they take more time and more responsibility for keeping in captivity. It's basically you got to be on top of them 24/7 keeping chameleons. And compared to the geckos, you can get all the different breeds of geckos that are available out there. Same with the skinks. There's so many different skinks. Most common is the blue tongue skink, which is a native species of Australia that's
Yes.
been introduced over here. Um, there's also check a picture out of it. It's called a shingleback skink. There's actually breeders here in the states that are now breeding those, Johnny. Those are pretty sweet. It literally looks like a bunch of shingles with tiny legs and a mouth and eyes. It's pretty cool. They actually call it a.
Oh,
The other name for it's a two-headed lizard because their tail looks like the head without the eyes.
my goodness, these things are interesting looking.
Oh yeah.
It does. It looks like roof tiles, or like
Oh,
the closest
they're
thing we have to
they're
like a miniature dragon.
the chameleon's tail grip is amazing. Yes, breeds lots of breeds of the geckos. They are very vocal. Very they can be very defensive, and they will cut you open. They have small enough teeth and stuff that those geckos will tear you open. Um, Skinks, there's so many different genes and of skinks. How we got, I think it's here in where I live at. It's called a three-striped skink. It's a fence skink. Normally, you're found on farmers' wooden fences and stuff. They're maybe no bigger than this, and it's a part of the skink family. Hmm. Not all of them have tanky bodies, but your most commons.
Yeah.
But yes,
Oh,
you are right on those. They are. I mean, I need to have you come up on the show sometime on a Thursday, and we can sit here and discuss all this stuff.
oh yeah.
But yeah, but they do. They're like I said, they're amazing. Just it's the preference and time you put in. I mean, there's so many people out there that they're all about chameleons. They've got all the different breeds of chameleons. They breed them, everything else. My favorite is the Jackson chameleon, which is known also as the three-horned chameleon, just because they look like a triceratops. It's pretty
Mhm.
cool. Um, then you want to get into it. There's 5 to 6 different genes of your anoles. You've got all the way from your common green anole up to your large giant anoles, which are multicolored now. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, Frog 76, I freaking love having you in here. You need to be in here more. Need to actually get you up here on a Thursday night. We can just sit here and talk this stuff even
That'd
more
be awesome.
on camera. Um,
Truck is
but
a big
yeah,
company of mine.
there is so many different things out there, and it's just people's preference. I know I follow people that they've got lychees, crested geckos, Chihuahua geckos, which is just a smaller version of the lychee geckos. The lychees are your big, big, colorful Caledonian geckos. They're huge
Oh,
and they can be mean.
yeah.
Um, there's people that are breeding leopards at the same time. They're like skinks. Um, giant skinks. Not geckos. The giant geckos that are common. They're real bright green with the red on them. They're cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, you got anything else you want to talk about, Johnny? Because
Uh,
I, the technical difficulties I had at the beginning kind of ruined my night a little bit, unfortunately. So I'm just glad
I'm
it
sorry to hear
rebounded.
all
I'm
that.
just glad it rebounded the way it did. Um,
Yeah.
Talk 76, Mo Dog, Jersey, all you in the comments tonight. Thank you again.
Good
Um,
to see everybody.
appreciate y'all checking in.
Yeah,
On the
man.
on the post I had some news to share and stuff. Tune in next Thursday night. I got somebody. I'm gonna have a guest on here with me and Johnny. It's called Blue Zombie Morphs. They're into the
Ooh,
ball python breeding, but he also breeds some other animals that I'll let him tell you about. They
it's
also
gonna be
have a
fun.
podcast. They do a podcast show. Hey, you don't have to be an expert at anything. It's just studying and interest things,
Oh,
interesting things, right? You can still come up
oh,
here. I can bring you up here with us one of these nights, and you can
yeah.
share what you learned and everything else. That's what this is here for.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I'm not no expert by far. I've done the same thing. I've had to do research, everything else on stuff. So,
Dude, I'm
um,
only in my 20s. I'm still learning.
yeah, I'm still learning. I mean, and the people I follow, they're learning different things. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I will have a guest next week to come up talk about the reptile community and everything else, and him and his breeding projects.
Gonna be cool.
Um, oh yeah, they actually have. Let's see, they are. There's a podcast. They'll have actually tune into them. I'll post a link. Oh yeah. Well, and it's nice to have. This is perfect. This is something me and you stressed a lot. Share knowledge to learn. But there's
Yes.
people out there that don't want to do that. They're fear mongrels. They're a one track mind.
You, you got that, but then you have the other end where people share knowledge just to one up instead of genuinely have a back and forth with it.
I've loved tonight. This is great. With Trock in
Mhm.
here 76, dude, it is cool to have this kind of interaction. I love it. This is what it's about.
Yeah,
I share
communicating knowledge.
knowledge. Johnny, you're sharing knowledge. Trock's even sharing
Sure.
knowledge in the comments that some of us may not know. You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I mean? That I probably didn't even know.
You can always learn something new. It's never too late.
Right. Let's see here. If I can get it to pull up. Usually about 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's the Blues on Blue Zombie Morphs YouTube channel. They have they'll have different things. They do their podcasts. They'll have an open panel. They got one tomorrow night. If anybody wants to check it out, um, it's pretty cool. It's an open panel. They usually bring people up. I'm usually in the chatters box bullshitting with them. Great, great group of people from the reptile community. They're freaking amazing. Um, it's different because you get the different perspectives. It's the LM Key RWO broadcast YouTube channel. They usually do together and everything else. His part of his thing is it's called Gene Wars that he does. So
Well,
I'll send you the
look,
link and stuff, Johnny.
I'd love to hear about it, especially tomorrow night. Shit.
Yeah, it's on during they'll be on at 9. I've actually got the notification. Hang on. I'll tell
It's
you
called Blue
exactly what
Zombie
time.
Morphs.
Yes.
Huh? That's where they
He's
have
on
like
in
discussions and.
Yep, he's on Instagram right. His main thing for social media besides YouTube is uh Instagram. So, I'll send you over his link to his page for you since we're on Instagram.
Thank you.
I'm trying to find it so I can
No
share
worries.
it
I'll
out.
figure it out.
There it is. Yeah, he has the Thunderdome episode, and he has a Gene Wars, which is coming up tomorrow night. It's called Gene Wars on Blue Zombie Morphs YouTube. It's an open panel scheduled for 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Nice.
They usually do Tuesdays and Thursdays on their podcasts and stuff. So usually when I'm watching Glick's House of Music here on the network, try to watch theirs too and interact with them on theirs. So
Well, you might see me pop in.
camels. I don't know much about camels, but I'm willing to learn. Other than they're pretty neat animals, I like them. I need to do a little more on that, and maybe we can have a discussion about camels and stuff too. Like I said, this originally started before I brought Johnny here and everything else. I was strictly, mostly a reptile podcast for this cold blooded conversations. Since I brought Johnny on and stuff, we've opened the door to everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. That is 100% right. And it's funny, people get misinformed about camels. They do not store their water in their homes.
Oh
They
no.
are not. That is actually
It,
they're
it's
like
mostly
they're like
fat.
leopard geckos. That's where they store their food and stuff, like you said, and it slowly breaks down when they can't find anything. That's why they
Yeah.
say, oh yeah, they are very unique for the way they survive. Everything else, it's awesome. Yeah, they are crazy. That's why
Very much
that's
so.
why they you see more of them out in the desert surviving over there than you do humans.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's freaking
Oh yeah.
they're unique, very unique. Um, but yeah, they're another one of Mother Nature's amazing creatures on how to survive in the wild. That I wish I could do what they do.
Thing is, as common of an animal as they look, they have fangs that are about that freaking big.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, comparison to a camel, they actually I don't know how true it is without looking again. But giraffes are the same way as camels. They will eat. They're like with their tongues and everything, and their mouths are so thick. They eat the thorny
No.
plants, everything else out in the wild. Oh yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, that with them have with my guests next week, we'll have that. Have them up here. I've got a few more lined up, working out details when they can come on the show. A couple of them, we may end up doing different nights, possibly. It just depends on if they're available Thursday night. Um, one of them we will be switching around Monday and Thursday. It'll be cold blood conversations instead of speedway stories on a Monday. As soon as they give me confirmation when they get done with what they're doing, um, to be on the show.
Nice.
There you go, Johnny. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that they had the three eyelids. Holy cow, that is cool. I never
Whoa.
knew that. I
I
never even knew that.
forgot
So I learned
about
something
that.
new. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. So, but once again, we're gonna wrap this show up tonight. Sorry about the technical
Mm,
difficulties at the beginning, everybody.
yes.
Thank you all again for tuning in. Trog 76.
Everybody.
Hit me up on the network messenger and stuff. We'll have to get you up here with me and Johnny, and we'll just have a share what our knowledge of everything. Um, We'll
Yeah.
be cool. We'll be cool as hell. Just have a bullshit and hangout session. I'd love it. That's pretty much right now without guests. Try to spread what we know and what we found and stuff. But once
Yeah.
again, everybody in the chatterbox, thank you for tuning in, hanging out with me through the hiccups. Johnny, once again, thanks for being a great co-host with me, man. Uh,
Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure.
yep. You guys all have a good night. Anybody in this winter storm coming through, buckle down. Hope you guys are all safe. We'll see you on the next one. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Terrific. Fucking love y'all. Peace.